You know, it's not every day we hear a reality star completely break down and open up about their deepest struggles. Well, that's exactly what Joy-Anna Duggar did recently. And guys, it's heavy. We're talking about family drama, postpartum depression, and even some real challenges with her sisters. So, in a recent appearance on the Unplanned Podcast, Joy-Anna Duggar, 26, got real emotional. She broke down while talking about how her world basically crumbled after the birth of her youngest son, Gunnar, who's 13 months old now. She shares Gunnar with her husband, Austin Forsyth. But here's where things get intense. She wasn't just talking about regular postpartum stuff. She brought up her family's huge struggles during that time too, and it all gets even more complicated when we factor in her sisters' tell-all books. Yeah, you heard me right, her sisters. We're talking Jill and Ginger, who both released books that spill some serious tea on their family. If you didn't know, Jill dropped Counting the Cost in September 2023, and Ginger released Becoming Free Indeed just a few months before Gunnar was born, in January 2023. Both books dive into their family's controversies, including their brother Josh's very public scandal. You remember, right? Josh Duggar's charges back in 2021? That led to their show counting on being canceled. So, it's not a small thing for the family. Joy-Anna said in the podcast that when all of this hit at once, she had a major crisis. In her own words, she said, "It all came just crumbling down. I came to a point where I was just like, what do I believe? What is even real? Like, wow. Can you even imagine dealing with that much all at once? Postpartum depression is hard enough, but throw in family drama like that? Phew. That's intense." Joy-Anna also got really candid about her battle with postpartum depression. She explained how this time around, it was way more severe than after her previous pregnancies. You may remember that she and Austin suffered a heartbreaking stillbirth with their daughter Annabelle in 2019. After that, she dealt with baby blues for about 6 months. But this time, it was different. She admitted that a lot of it had to do with not taking care of herself during her pregnancy with Gunnar. She was physically exhausted, and she didn't realize just how much it was all piling up on her. She even said, "Everything crumbled after that. I would wish that on no mom. I know a lot of moms go through it." One of the things that helped Joy-Anna the most was talking to a counselor. Now, she was super honest about how she wasn't all that into the idea at first. Totally understandable, right? Mental health is hard to open up about. But it turns out her husband, Austin, really encouraged her to go. He never made her feel bad for struggling or questioning things, even her faith. She said that Austin kept telling her, "If you have these big questions like, is God real? Or does God care about me? You need to be proactive and search those out." And honestly, that's some solid advice. It's so important to have a partner who supports you through the tough stuff, and Joy-Anna really appreciated how Austin handled everything. She talked about how counseling not only helped her manage her depression, but also helped her grow spiritually. She compared her experience to what her sister Ginger went through, a lot of searching for answers and coming to understand that God loves her no matter what. It's a journey for sure. By the way, what do you guys think about this? Joy-Anna and Ginger both have been really open about their personal struggles lately. Do you think this level of honesty is helping other women who might be dealing with similar issues? I personally think it's so brave. Now, if you think Joy-Anna's had it tough lately, that's not even the whole story. Just last week, she had another terrifying experience when little Gunnar had to be rushed to the hospital. What started as a simple cold suddenly got much worse, and he was having trouble breathing. They tried everything at home, cough syrup, steam, you name it, but it just wasn't helping. So, off to the ER they went. At the hospital, poor Gunnar had to stay for 2 nights while he received steroids, breathing treatments, and oxygen. Thankfully, he recovered, but as you can imagine, it was a scary moment for Joy-Anna and Austin. She shared her relief that he was doing better, but also her concern about what might have caused it. Asthma runs in their family, so that's definitely something they'll need to keep an eye on. And this isn't the first health scare they've had with Gunnar. Back in June, he nearly choked on food, but thank goodness, he recovered after some emergency care. Seriously, as a parent, that's got to be so terrifying. Alright guys, let me know what you think of all this down below. Joy-Anna has been through a lot lately, family drama, mental health battles, and even scary moments with her baby. Do you think she's handling it well? How would you handle all this if you were in her shoes? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And before we wrap things up, if you haven't already, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any more updates. I've got a lot more to spill about the Duggars and your other fave reality stars, so stay tuned. Alright, that's it from me, Julie. Thanks for hanging out with me today. See you in the next one.